Hello, my lovely students. Welcome to Korean with Cherry. This is Cherry from Korea. I've been living in U.S. for 9 months in Indiana State, especially working at the University of Notre Dame. Today, I want to talk about 10 things that I often do or see in the U.S. However, I have never done or seen in South Korea. If you're interested in culture differences between two countries, please watch this video until the end. Let's get started. First one is tipping. Recently, my friend and I visited a Korean barbecue restaurant which was open near Mishawaka, our university. And there we paid $30 for each person, and then we paid like $11 or $12 as a tip. It was very shocking for me because it was like 18% of total, which is really unbelievable for Korean people who are used to not pay tips. It's customary in US to give tips to some waiters who have provided good services. However, in Korea, we don't have those kind of understanding that we should leave tips or we should click the percentage of tips. It's really interesting. I've never done it in Korea. And second thing, tax filing. In the US, you have to fill out the tax forms by yourself. You have to print checks, and then you have to go to the post office to mail them. It was really interesting and a little bit weird for me because in Korea, I used to do it by my phone, just online, everything. However, in the US, I got a lot of files and mails, and then I had to collect the files that I needed. No one helped me, and actually there are a lot of lawyers who help you with taxes. I don't earn a lot of money, however, the tax filing was so difficult. It takes a lot of time when I have to go to the post office to mail them. How do you file taxes? In Korea, I just transferred my money through the bank accounts, and that was the entire thing. Number 3, complimenting someone's fashion, which is small talk. So when I just came to US, it was very, very difficult for me to adjust to the culture of complimenting. Like when I wear Korean hanbok like this, when I wear Korean traditional clothes, I always hear some compliments like, I love your dress, oh my god, you're so lovely, something like that. I usually really like those kind of compliments. However, in Korea, even though I wear dresses, like no one could come to me to compliment my fashions because in Korea, small talk is not that developed, so it's weird to talk to someone who you don't know. Like it's very weird. But in US, I was just walking like this, and then the Amazon like delivery woman who was driving, she was like shouting at me, "You are so lovely!" And I was like, "Huh? Is she talking to me?" And she's like, "You are so lovely!" And I was like, "Thank you." Now I think I can do a little bit compliments to other people even though I don't know them. However, it's still very, very, very unusual culture for me, who have been raised up in South Korea. Number 4, crying when receiving a cake from Paris Baguette on your birthday. So do you know the brand Paris Baguette? It's a bakery, it's a South Korean bakery. And when I was in Korea, I could see this bakery like everywhere because this is very beloved bakery and it's very common. You can see it everywhere. So it's not something special in Korea. However, living in US, Korean thing, it's very special for me because they are not everywhere. Everything is U.S.A. thing. So like Paris Baguette, especially for me who is living in rural areas, not in big cities like Chicago, Paris Baguette means a lot. It means something my country, something my like. So it was my birthday and my ex-student gave me a present, a Paris Baguette cake for my birthday present. And I was so touched, and I almost cried because I was so touched. It's just a 5-minute walk when I was living in South Korea because I lived in Seoul, the capital city. However, in US, I'm living in South Bend. Here, Paris Baguette, of course not. If you want to go to Paris Baguette, you have to go to Chicago, like driving 1 hour and a half, and there is a Paris Baguette. Number 5, paying $19 for lunch in the university cafeteria. Lunch in Korea in the university cafeteria costs like $5 to $7. It's not that expensive, right? But with that cost, you can get soup, rice, salads, and almost everything. However, in US, it's so expensive to eat in the dining hall. So I've been in South Dining Hall and North Dining Hall. They're same. And interesting thing is that it's buffet, so you can pick everything that you want. You can eat all of the things they provide you, like pizza, salads, fruits, ice creams, cakes. However, I think $19 for a lunch is too expensive. I don't know how students here can afford this cost. Of course, there are other cafeterias except the dining hall, like La Fortune or something Dunkin'. We have a lot of cafeterias. However, most dishes are over $10, which is a little bit expensive, I think. Number 6, seeing animals on the university campus. Korean universities usually have a lot of cats, and some universities even have student clubs which take care of the street cats near the campus. Everyone takes pictures of the cats and they upload it online, and the cats get famous. However, in Indiana, I have never seen street cat. What's very shocking for me is that there are a lot of squirrels and like raccoons and rabbits and geese. I feel like I'm living in the zoo. Here, the nature is so wonderful. I love the nature a lot living in US. However, it's really amazing. There are a lot of animals, but not cats, which is interesting. Why do you think there are no cats? Are there street cats in West Coast? So interesting. Raccoons, squirrels. Korea has raccoons cafe. I haven't been there, but there is some places where you can meet raccoons. But raccoons don't live near houses. Like I live in Seoul and I live in an apartment, so it's really hard to see raccoons. You have to go to the zoo or raccoon cafe. Or for squirrels, you have to climb the mountain to see the squirrels. So it's really strange that you see the squirrels in the campus of the university. Number 7, collecting Starbucks cups. I feel like it's very, very unique. U.S.A. has a lot of states, like 50 states, and each state has a different culture. For example, Indiana State, I don't know which culture do they have, but like California State, they're very warm. There is San Francisco and Los Angeles. Every state has their own Starbucks cups, which is very, very interesting. And many people collect the cups. So I was also inspired to collect those cups, and I began to buy those Starbucks cups. So far I have collected 3 cups from Washington, D.C., Indiana, Notre Dame, and Chicago, Illinois. I will bring them to South Korea. I feel like it's really interesting. I hope that Korean cities would have those cups as well, so that many tourists could buy them. Do you have any Starbucks cups? Number 8, making friends who have a car. You might say that I'm very selfish, but when I first came to US, the first thing that I have done is making a friend who has a car. This was a strategy for me to survive in US, especially in Indiana State, because I have a driving license, but I've never practiced seriously in US, so I was so afraid of myself driving, and I knew that it's impossible to survive here without a car. If you want to live a decent life, I mean, you want to eat in the restaurant sometimes, or you want to go to the department store, it's impossible to live without a car here. For example, if you want to buy eggs, there is a market, Martins. However, if you walk, it takes 30 minutes. However, if you have a car, it takes only 3 minutes. That's why I really desperately wanted to make a friend who has a car. And the roads for pedestrians are really unpleasant. It's so risky to walk around the road because it's made for the drivers, not for pedestrians. It's really hard to live without cars, I think, in rural areas, not like in Chicago or San Francisco. And in Korea, I lived in Seoul, where the transportation is really convenient. You can take a subway or bus, which is very, very convenient. And you don't necessarily have to have a car in Seoul. I've never felt that I need to have a friend who will drive me. I usually ask my American or some like Korean friends to drive me somewhere. Like if I have to go to the airport or like train station, I always text them, "Can you please give me a ride? Thank you so much. I'm so sorry." Number 9, subscribing to VPN. Do you know VPN? I have some Russian friends and they told me that they use VPN when they want to go inside Instagram. So it's impossible for them to see Instagram without VPN. I have never thought that I would use those VPN for my entire life. However, one day in US, I had to subscribe to VPN to watch Korean films. It's so strange that they block some Korean programs in US. So I had to use VPN to change my location, not in US but in Korea, so that I could watch Korean programs. I have to pay $13 per month to subscribe to VPN and be connected to Korean programs. I just wanted to watch some Korean films. Have you ever subscribed to VPN? And number 10, dyeing the river green. In the US, there are a lot of interesting holidays, and one thing is St. Patrick's Day. Rivers are dyed in green color. In honor of St. Patrick, it was really interesting to see those kind of river when I was in Indianapolis. And I heard that the Michigan Lake is also dyed in those color, right? It's really, really interesting. Besides, there are more interesting holidays like Easter, even though Easter is in Korea as well. There are more interesting things like egg huntings or rabbits things. And the Thanksgiving holiday, we have analog, like similar thing of Thanksgiving, which is called Chuseok. However, we don't eat turkey. And Halloween as well, we celebrate Halloween a little bit, but not like you guys do. It's huge in USA, how they celebrate Halloween. So today I've talked about 10 things that I often do or see in the US, however I've never seen or done in South Korea. I hope that you liked my video. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and like this video. I hope to see you guys again, and you can see my daily life through my Instagram, and you can learn Korean languages with my other videos. Thank you so much for watching this video. Bye bye. Which fact surprised you the most? Please write comments. I'm so curious.